All right, my friends, I'm going to share with you a quick trick to know if you're ready to retire or not. You ready? What kind of car do you drive? I bet many of you drive 2007 through 2014 Toyota Camrys. They even make Toyotas and Camrys in 2014. I don't know. I bet many of you are sitting right now driving 2007 to 2014 Toyota Camrys. The women, maybe a Honda Accord would be also similar to a Toyota Camry, but it's an older model, late 2000, early 2010s. I can almost predict that if you have that, you're going to be good to go for retirement. The men are probably driving 2010, 2014 Ford F-150s, 2008 Ford F-150s. Don't really see too many 1990 F-150s anymore. I can almost guarantee you if you are driving that, you're about ready to retire. All right. I cannot tell you how many, look, man, I've been busy as a freaking bee in a bonnet, man, lately. It's been freaking awesome. So I appreciate you all being here, A, watching the channel, B, hire me for financial advice, C, put comments in there and give me the paw print, the Pablo thumbs up, the Pablo paw for the thumbs up button. But one thing I've come to identify over and over again, to the point now I'm just making a prediction, as to say, what kind of car do you drive, as I'm getting to know the people who hire me for financial planning. And then I say, hold on. Because I'll look and I'll see they have no debt. I'll say, hold on. I bet you're driving a 2007 Toyota Camry or a 2007 Ford F-150. And almost to a person is something along those lines. It's insane. Every now and again, I'll get somebody say, no, I'm driving a 2015 Subaru Outback, but it's paid for, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm even driving a 2000 new model, whatever, but they haven't had a new car in 10 years or something like that, and they're going to drive it until the car chokes on itself, essentially. I mean, look, my wife drives a 2018 Mini. I drive a 2013 Toyota Highlander. Actually, wait, what do we got? We got 2017 Dodge Durango, which is my problem child, apparently, because 60,000 miles already has some issues with electronics on it. My wife drives, well, actually, Chloe part-time drives a 2018 Mini, and Charlotte part-time will drive the 2000. Charlotte drives the Durango. Chloe will drive the Mini to school. Maddie's got the Highlander at Georgia Tech. And our auto insurance now is $500 a month, if you can believe that. And we haven't added the boys to the mix yet. Woo-wee! Yeah. Anyway, so where I'm going with this, there's a level of consistency to successful retirement, folks, that's just across the board. And there is a correlation to equal causation. So remember, just because something marches in a similar line as something else doesn't mean they're not independent of each other. That's correlation does not equal causation, i.e. increasing global temperatures does not mean, or increase in CO2 does not necessarily lead to an increase in global temperatures. It might be the other way around. It might be completely independent. We don't know. People claim that increase in CO2 leads to increase in temperatures. You can't validate that. You can't prove that for sure. Might be the other way around. Increase in temperatures lead to an increase in CO2. Interesting, huh? I don't know what the CO2 levels were during the medieval warm period, but I do know if you look at many moons ago, when we had high temperature level in the world, there was a higher CO2 level, significantly higher CO2 level of more than 400 parts per million. What came first, the temperatures or CO2? You know, you'd have to dive into that, but my belief is that the temperatures rose before the CO2 increase. And regardless of the way, what caused CO2 to increase back in the old days certainly wasn't an industrial internal combustion engine. So, anyway. So one thing is not necessarily related to the other, even if they seem to be in lockstep. Now, on top of that, we look at retirement planning and we say, wait a second. So you're driving, Mrs. Smith, a 2012 Toyota Camry. Mr. Smith, you're driving a 2010 Ford F-150. No debt on either of these. Interesting, because I've heard that so many times. And they're going to be successful for retirement planning. Now, there is some bias inherent in these observations, all right? Because just because you are driving those cars does not mean you're ready to retire. It might mean you're driving those cars because you can't afford anything else. And let's just be clear there. I am just using the people who are hiring me. And those are people who A, are interested in retirement to begin with, B, have the cash to pay me for my retirement advice. And they just so happen to have these vehicles. So you can't say there is a correlation to equal a causation, because it's biased in terms of the people who are self-selecting me, essentially. But with that said, in my experience, the millionaire next door works like a charm to say, if you have this, you're probably more likely to have that successful retirement. So Y leads to Z. If you have this, car is paid off, 2012 Toyota Camry, you will probably be able to achieve Z, which is a successful retirement. However, you cannot though say, if you have this Y, you thus have that Z. Can't do that simply because many people drive older vehicles who don't have two wooden nickels to rub together. In our realm though, in terms of you watching this channel, you concerned about retirement planning, you have questions about investing, you considering hiring me, those two things are highly correlated for sure. And that simply suggests that, again, we're self-selecting amongst our peers. But I'm telling you right now, 2 + 2 = 4 in this regard. This ain't no new math. It's not Common Core. This just makes sense. If you're watching this channel and you're in your mid 50s, early 60s, late 40s, and you're sitting there thinking, can I do it? Should I pay this guy, this clown, X amount of dollars, $1,250 or $2,500, depending on my net worth? I can almost assure you the answer is, what kind of car do you drive? If the answer to that is a 2007 to 12 Toyota Camry, you're going to be just fine. Hope this makes sense. We'll see you.